Why do we suppress our anger? And how can we stop doing that, knowing the negative consequences for our mental health and for our relationships? Hello, everybody. I'm Vasi Sarandopoulou, and as every week, I'm here in order to share with you some insights from the psychology world and our mental health. This month, March, is the month that the course Explain Your Anger, Don't Express It is the feature course in the AntiLoneliness Academy. And that's why I picked the topic related to anger. And it's something that is not very commonly discussed. It's not so openly discussed. Usually we hear about anger management for people that they are explosive and very aggressive. They overexpress their anger, but we don't hear a lot about how we can stop suppressing the anger. So I want to take a few steps back and actually ask, why do we suppress our anger? That's the most important question here. Why do we suppress our anger? Why we think that this is something that we need to hide under the carpet? So I'm going to give you 3 of many reasons why. The first one is the beliefs we have about anger, what we have learned as anger. And we have heard many messages of don't get angry, this is not polite, this is not kind, be nice. You don't need to say what you want, you don't need to be assertive or complain, just be nice. So we learn that being angry means you're not nice. First one. The second one is when usually during our childhood, we got to express our anger, our frustration, our irritation. We usually heard some dismissive comments, like, for example, come on, don't be so dramatic. You're being too sensitive here. You're reading too much into that. Come on. So we learned that probably there's something wrong with us when we are expressing our anger. Not problem with the person that is stepping our boundaries, for example, but a problem with us. So we have been dismissed many times when we get angry. And then we thought that maybe that's not the right way to go about it. And the third reason why we learn to suppress our anger is because not of what we experienced inside us, but what we experienced outside of us. What I mean with that, you have seen people in your family being aggressive, explosive, abusive when they felt angry. And you thought that maybe that's the only way that people express anger. And I don't want to do there. I don't want to go there. I don't want to do that. And that's why you locked the department of anger once and for all. And you thought, no, that's not for me, because I know how hurtful that is. I know how damaging that expression of anger that is. So these are 3 ways: the beliefs we have, and the fact that we have been dismissed when we felt angry, but also the experiences that we have seen in our life when somebody was angry. So the consequences of suppressing anger are, of course, immense, right? We keep something inside us, which is something normal, a normal human emotion, and a normal feeling, and we keep it inside us. By keeping it inside us, it doesn't go anywhere. Right? It doesn't vanish. It doesn't become, air. It stays inside us, and it creates an accumulation of unprocessed feelings and thoughts and emotional experiences. And by accumulating something which never gets the opportunity to be expressed, it's normal why once in a blue moon it becomes an explosion. It makes sense why at some point it will become depression, because it has been suppressed for a long time. It makes sense why it will bring imbalance in our relationship, because we have never said what we meant, what we wanted, what we needed, and people never knew. It makes sense why it will become resentment, because again, why people don't see what I need or what I feel, because of course we don't express it. So in order to change that, in order to reverse that, and to start actually dealing with anger in a different way, what's important is that, first of all, to reframe anger, to start seeing what are the positive consequences of expressing the anger, not through aggression, because aggression is behavior, not a feeling, but what are the healthy ways to express it? And if we express it in a healthy way, what are the positive consequences of expressing it in that way? And some of them are that we get to protect our relationship. Remember that we said before that we think that we're going to damage the relationship. Actually, we're protecting the relationship because we share some boundaries, because we express to the other person what is it we like, we want, what is it that we don't like. So we're protecting, we're making the relationship live much longer when we are expressing what is our boundaries and what is we like and we don't like. The second thing we can do, as we said before, is set boundaries, and especially to people who are being dismissive when we are expressing anger. When people say, well, you're being too dramatic, or it's not like so bad, come on, don't be so angry, don't get so upset. Setting boundaries means that there's nothing wrong with what I'm feeling. I'm feeling angry, and it's okay. I am being really respectful here. I'm expressing what I want, what I like, and there's nothing wrong about that. So don't make me feel bad about my feelings. And when we are feeling bad about our feelings, we're actually dismissing ourselves, we're betraying ourselves. We are actually hiding a part of ourselves where we are dismissing and we are rejecting and we're feeling ashamed about us eventually. And we don't want to do that anymore. So setting boundaries is protecting your mental health and your own self-confidence even. And the third thing we can do is start disconnecting these past experiences from the present. Just because you saw somebody being explosive or abusive, it doesn't mean that you are going to be explosive or abusive. You are now here watching this video, which means that you are learning new ways of expressing anger. So you're not going to be like them. So start disconnecting that just because somebody else expressed it in that way, you're going to be the same way. No, you're not going to be that. And it's not the only way that we can express our anger. So I hope I gave you some idea about why we suppress our anger and how we can start stopping suppressing it and expressing it in a different way. There are many ways, there are many reasons and many ways to stop suppressing our anger and expressing it in a healthy way. And you can find them in the course how to explain your anger, don't express it. And you're going to find it at the AntiLoneliness Academy. I'm here for any questions you have, and I would love to continue this discussion about anger with you. Take good care of yourself. Have a nice day.